for purposes of treating how to tax your income, we refer to section 19, which clarifies how employment income is taxed. And you realize that a single individual cannot have more than one threshold. Remember, we talked about the threshold or the income that is exempt, and then we get to the brackets of someone who is earning more than 235,000 but less than 350. You remember? Yes. So you realize that such an individual is deemed to be earning from more than one principal employer. And the tax treatment there is the other income that is earned as part-time, is earned as another alternative employment, will be taxed at a flat rate of 30%.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And if you look at this, what are the obligations of the employers in regards to employment income, if you are to break this down for us?
The obligations of the employer are simple and straightforward.
Okay.
Remember, we talked about who is an employer.
Yes.
An employer is either the individual or the non-individual. And we went into deep the integrities of who an individual was or is, and who the non-individual is with reference to the Income Tax Act. To recap a bit for people who were not with us last time, any individual who employs a person and remunerates them and is a living person, that person is individual.
Okay.
And then the non-individual are the companies,
okay,
the corporates, the government institutions,
NGOs,
the NGOs, trustees, and all that.
Okay.
So, what are their obligations? The obligations are simple. The moment you have employees, we shall not now factor in how many should you have, as long as you have employees and you're paying them money, and this money is above the threshold for employment. You are required to register for pay as you earn as the gateway for a compliance of an employer. How do you register for pay as you earn? You apply to Uganda Revenue Authority requesting to add a tax head called pay as you earn on your tax profile, such that you'll be able to correct these incomes on behalf of government. Definitely, after registering, Joram and the viewers, you realize that you don't end there. You're obliged to withhold the income on the employees you're paying. You become a registered withholding agent for pay purposes. And you're required to withhold whenever you are paying these employees. When you don't withhold, the burden lies on to you. Because URA, the law requires, the law mandates URA to task you, provide accountability for the employees you have, and you give them salaries. Meaning, if you have not withheld this month, for us as URA, we shall task you to pay that money that you should have withheld. And then you find ways of either discussing with your employees to see how best you can recover it from them. But for us, the law requires you to pay that money. Of course, after filing, after withholding, you're required to file the return and remit this money to URA. Remember, this money is not your money. You've corrected it on behalf of URA from the employees.
Okay.
Because it is their money as gross. Remember, we talked about the contract?
Yes, we did.
And we talked about what is deemed or termed to be gross income.
Yeah.
So gross income constitutes the tax portion, which means that it is paid by the employee. You're simply a collecting agent, and therefore you're required to correct and submit this money to Uganda Revenue Authority by the due date. And what is the due date here? We are saying every